Why aren't characters iconic anymore? Off rip, I feel like, is there any iconic characters now? No, I feel like for a character to be iconic, it has to be somewhat old. I mean, I feel like it's just time that makes a character iconic. Well, no. Less iconic characters are probably like, I have no idea. I actually have no idea. I have no idea.
Bring me the passengers. I want them alive.
Darth Vader only has 37 minutes of screen time in the original Star Wars trilogy, and yet he's one of, if not the most iconic.
Somebody in chat said Tony Stark. He is iconic, but then again, Tony Stark was iconic. Yeah, but that was still a while ago. Like Tony Stark got killed off like 7 years ago. So like, but even then, like he started in like 2008. I mean, I don't know.
Movie characters of all time. Compare this to Kylo Ren, who has 1 hour, 2 minutes of screen time across the sequels. That's 25 minutes more.
Bro, that, like, didn't they do a trilogy? It was like it was a sequel or a trilogy. I don't know. They got shit on so bad. Everybody hated this shit. I had no idea what Star Wars was. My introduction to Star Wars was the 2016 one, whenever they came back, like The Force Awakens or whatever. That's when I started watching Star Wars. I didn't see any of the other Star Wars. I was like 6 years old. It came out like 2006. I was 6 years old, and then that movie came out and I watched it, and I didn't know shit about it. So, and then later on, I like figured out. I know the entire I don't know the entire storyline of Star Wars, but I know basically like, you have like the first 2 or 3, and then you have like the prequel trilogy, or like there's like 2 or 3 on the prequel trilogy, and all Darth Vader's the kid and all that. So like, I'm not really into Star Wars like that. So
in a trilogy that adjusted for inflation earned more money. So why is Darth Vader so iconic, but Kylo Ren isn't?
He's Darth Vader, bro. Like literally like the coldest villain ever, at least was for a good minute. Like genuinely, like he had aura. He had so much aura. Kylo Ren on the other hand, get the fuck out of it, bro. He got no aura.
This is the relative Google searches for each character. Darth Vader is consistently higher and on average has 4 times more interest.
Also because I feel like Darth Vader as a character has been around a lot longer than Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren as a character has been around for like 10 years. Darth Vader as a character has been around for like 50. So I mean, it's also because his movies were just better. It's just because his movies are better, honestly.
He has about 49 million more search results than Kylo Ren. It's clear that Darth Vader has much more of a lasting legacy. You can say it's because of better writing and a more interesting design, and he's had about 50 years to marinate in movies that are generally more well-liked.
I sense something.
And all of this is probably true, but I think there's something deeper at play here. Because can you name me a truly iconic character from the 2020s? The 2010s had Marvel, the 2000s had Harry Potter, the 90s had Kevin McAllister and Neo, the 80s had Indiana Jones and a bunch of slasher movie villains, and the 70s had Star Wars, where basically everyone is iconic. So what?
In the past 6 years, has there been any iconic like movies? I feel like for something to be iconic, it has to be a little older. Am I wrong? We're only 6 years in. Am I wrong? I feel like Obsession. I feel like give it 10 years and Obsession is going to be iconic. I just see it. I feel like in 10 years Obsession is going to be iconic. Besides that, but Barbie, Oppenheimer, maybe those would be iconic. I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like something has to like, nah, I doubt it. I don't know. I literally have no idea. For something to be iconic, it literally has to be out for years for people. So like, I already don't agree with this dude's point, because like something has to be out for years for it to become iconic. I feel like same shit with The Long Walk. That is actually pretty true though. I'm going to turn on my chat because you guys are here. I will turn on my chat because you guys are here. Has to have multiple movies. I mean, yeah. In order for you to be a legend, you have to be around for a while. Well, this isn't legend, this is iconic. But that is the same thing. In order for something to be iconic, it has to be around for a while. That's what makes it iconic. That will make something legendary. But like, yeah, I feel like this doesn't make any sense because like something has to be out for a while for it to be iconic. We're only 6 years into the 2020s. So it's kind of like, it's just kind of like, what are we talking about here? They Not Like Us. They Not Like Us? That probably will be that would definitely be an iconic song. It's already an iconic song, I feel like.
What has changed? A movie's just worse now? I don't think that's it. I think there's been a wider shift in how we consume media and storytelling. Things are more temporary now and nothing seems to have much lasting impact. And a good way of understanding this is through the lens of iconic characters.
Avatar. You guys ever watch Avatar? I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think I've seen Avatar. I don't know if that's just me, but like I ain't never seen Avatar. And the newer ones, I don't really care for. Is that just me though? Velocipaster, that movie's fucking great. I don't know though, I've never been intrigued by Avatar.
This is how Merriam-Webster defines iconic. of relating to or having the characteristics of an icon. Widely
Rocky.
recognized and well established.
Well.
Widely known and acknowledged, especially
Yeah,
for
Iron Man.
distinctive excellence.
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Okay, so this is kinda helpful, but it doesn't really tell us anything we
Patrick
don't know.
Bateman.
In truth, there aren't many ways to objectively measure whether
Oh, American Psycho was so good. A lot of Bolton. I want to say it was the best, actually. Never mind. But yeah, is that iconic? Is that movie? Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know. Is it a great movie? In my opinion, yeah. But I don't know.
or not a character has icon status. You kinda just know it when you see it.
Get away from her, you bitch!
So let's take a look at some characters that are undoubtedly iconic to help us get a better understanding.
I don't really understand it. What do you want this loan for?
I want to build a giant space station that can destroy a planet.
Darth Vader, probably the most iconic movie character of all time.
I am your father.
He's on bed sheets, lunchboxes, a gargoyle at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., The Simpsons, and Family Guy.
I don't know that would be a good investment on our end.
And I'd say one of the main reasons he's so celebrated is the design. Let's break it down. From his introduction, the darkness of his suit stands in contrast to the white ship and white stormtroopers. We know this is a guy who is large and in charge. He means business.
What have you done with those plans?
This is similar to the slew of slasher movie villains from around this time.
my God.
Michael Myers,
Fucking
Jason
Freddy
Voorhees,
Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. The William Shatner mask, hockey mask, and striped jumper. They've all got an image that's hard to forget.
You're saying Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, and The Rock are iconic? They're not iconic characters. Those are like famous, iconic actors. Like, yeah, those are the type of actors they're in a movie. I'm more likely to watch it. Can you name a single character that The Rock has played by name? By name. That's the only thing. That's what would make it iconic. Can you even name a single character that he has by name? The Mask. Black Adam. He was in The Mask? What? I'm talking about Jim Carrey. I'm talking about Jim Carrey, obviously, bro. The Mask. I was in The Truman Show. The Jim Carrey's different. Like, that dude actually knows how to act. The Rock. Yeah, Black Adam's is the only one. Because that's the name of the movie, so no shit you're gonna know it. Besides Black Adam, you can't name a single character of his. I can, I think. Dr. Cold Bravestone or some shit from Jumanji. That's what his name is, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Freddy Krueger, bro. Those movies are so shit. The first one's alright. The second Freddy Krueger is literally a gay porn film. All the characters are gay. The film mostly takes place in a gay strip club. It is genuinely gay. The main character is gay. It's all gay. It's just like, what the fuck, bro? And then the third one, Dream Warriors, that one's just like, what are we even doing? They're all just kind of like, what the fuck? The first one's iconic and the rest are just like actual shit shows. Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh my god. The dog movie with what is it, Sippers or some shit? The Rock and Kevin Hart. Yeah, dipshit, you don't even fucking know the names of the goddamn fucking dogs, so go fuck yourself. He's like Superman's dog or some shit. But yeah, like, he just did Jason and all of them. Those are iconic though. Those are faces of horror. Those were like the first original like slashers and big films that came out that made people fucking horrified. Obviously now if you watch any of those films, none of them are scary whatsoever. Like, back then people saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre and they fucking thought that was the scary shit in the entire world. Now if you go see that shit, like, people saw fucking, what was it? They saw Halloween. Yeah, they saw Halloween, scary shit in the entire world. That shit is literally just straight boring. You're just seeing him just standing in the background. Like, you are literally like you watch a film and they're saying it's the scariest thing in the entire world. I got so scared. And the entire film, he does basically nothing until like the final 20 minutes besides just like, this is just him the entire film. Like, he's quite literally just in the background and it's supposed to be horrifying. Like, bro, this is just boring, bro. Like, what am I even watching?
In a different light, we've got Indiana Jones.
Never seen Indiana Jones. I actually have been tempted to watch them. I could watch them. I just feel like I'd get bored of them. I also heard that like the first like 2 or 3 are really good, and then the last one they did like 2 years ago with him CGI'd is like dog shit, and the one before that was horrible. So I don't know.
Sure, the Hat and the Whip is iconic, but what I think makes this character truly special is Harrison Ford's performance.
And who's gonna come to save you, Junior? I told you! Don't call me Junior.
In reality,
Yeah,
there's
bro.
too many to name, and again, no objective way to measure if a certain character has icons.
Home Alone, that's one of those movies that like you've had to have seen at least. If you haven't seen Home Alone, unless you like don't have a fucking family or don't believe in Christmas, what are you doing? Like, I did. Like, that's like one of the movies that like you've had to have seen.
Status or not. All of the
I've never seen The Matrix either. It was before my time. I'm not really intrigued by like the thought of The Matrix. So, man.
people I'm showing on screen now are iconic in my opinion, but maybe not yours.
Everybody hear me? Up on the shelf, can you hear me? Great!
But what about modern examples? Surely there's at least a few from this decade.
Soaking wet right now.
Paul Atreides could be up.
Is Deadpool iconic? Chat, I got a picture of Deadpool on my, like, is Deadpool really iconic though? Gotta be iconic. Chat, I literally got a picture, like, chat, I'll show you this shit right now. Look, I got a poster of Deadpool and everything, bro. I got the Joker there too. You know, I got that. And then I already showed this in another video, but I got Chucky over there. I got the fucking Blu-ray DVD in there too, with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Joker movie, and the Dark Knight Rises. Like, bro, like I fuck with Deadpool heavy. I fuck with the Joker movie too heavy. The Joker, nah, the Joker's not iconic. The second movie ruined it. The Christian Bale's Batman though, that's iconic. But that was also 20 years ago. Sorry. But I mean, yeah, like I fuck with Deadpool. Is Deadpool like iconic? Yeah, like he's literally iconic, bro. So, oh yeah, I also, I didn't even show this. Also got my little Rick and Morty plushie. You know what I mean? Wolverine Peak. That was before like the Wolverine movie. Better than. Yo, Chad. Yo, Chad. I think I've officially found my first fucking retard in Chad. What are you on about, bro? There's something wrong with you. There's actually something wrong with you. You think that the original Wolverine movie is better than Logan? Well, damn. Okay, now I think about it, I feel like the Wolverine movie is only as good as it is because of the ending. I don't know. I don't know where to side with that. It's like, yeah, that movie's really good. And then the other, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit in a dilemma there when I say that. I have no idea. Let's just get back into it. I don't know. And then there's Dune right here. I never watched any of the Dune movies. I don't care for them. They're fucking whatever.
There. He's got the strong performance. He's in popular and successful films. But has he cut through to mainstream audiences the way Marvel did? Other contenders might be Benoit Blanc, Barbie and Ken, Jake Sully.
Let's get it done.
To help us, and maybe contenders might be Benoit Blanc,
Benoit Blanc from the fucking Knives Out, bro. Knives Out was good as fuck, bro. It's so fucking good. I feel like the third one, when that came out in December, that one, it wasn't like as good as people were saying it was, I'm being honest here. But like, they're good films. They got some crazy ass plots. Is he that iconic though? Holy shit. Is he that iconic though? Nah. Kind of just forget about him like a day later. And then like, until the next one comes out, I just forget about the movie like a week or two later. Those movies definitely do sit with you for like a day or two. You definitely like will have to like think about those movies, but he's definitely not like that iconic. So the average person probably hasn't even seen those movies, to be honest.
Barbie and Ken, Jake Sully.
Let's get it done.
To help us, and maybe highlight how this decade has failed to produce any
Sinners.
undisputed icons, let's take a look at maybe the most objective way to measure a film's popularity.
One battle after another. That movie is fucking insane, bro. Like that dude, like Lockall, whatever his name is, that dude literally does a whole military search for a girl that he think might be his daughter to try to go kill her because she's black, and he's trying to get into a cult that is like the KKK. He's trying to get in the KKK. He gets the entire military to go find someone who might be his daughter and kill her. It's like, bro, like it's actually insane.
These are the top 10 highest grossing movies worldwide of the 2020s. In at
2020s, yeah. No Way Home definitely up there. I saw Brand New Day. Like I saw Brand New Day yesterday. You know, I didn't go to theaters to see it, but I definitely went somewhere to see it. But yeah, it was all right. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was that good. Could it have been better? Yeah. Was I expecting better? Kinda. It wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't shit on it. It's in my opinion, it's like a 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. That's just me though. So I mean, I don't know.
Number 1 is Avatar: The Way of Water. It's become a bit of a meme to joke about Avatar's cultural impact, or lack thereof. It's pretty much just these two memes. And despite being an Avatar fan, I do generally admit that for the amount of money they make, it's strange they don't inhabit the zeitgeist as much as you'd expect. The main character is Jake Sully, but I'm willing to bet most people won't recognise that name. It's hard to say he's iconic. Maybe his design is part of this. He doesn't look all that different from anyone around him. He's just a normal looking blue alien. And despite having 2 movies in the last 2 years, his Google searches never overtook Vader's.
He's such
Number
an
2
iconic
is
character.
Nijar 2.
Don't know what this is.
I haven't seen this, and I don't think many people in the West have, so not iconic here, but maybe in China. Next up, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Is this iconic though, Spider-Man No Way Home? Potentially. The fact that they all got together is like, holy shit, they actually did this. Hey, and it was cool. It was amazing. You know, it was almost like an amazing Spider-Man. But what I will say is they are potentially going to ruin the whole like crazy fact, like, oh, they actually got them all in the movie together. If Tobey Maguire comes back for Doomsday, the whole idea of like, oh my God, they all got together this one time, that whole idea is going out the window. When YouTuber movies start popping off, Iron Lung movies might be iconic. I ain't never seen it, so I really don't even know what to say about that. But I did make a whole video on YouTubers popping off in Hollywood. My most viewed video so far. Definitely get one to check out.
Next up, Spider-Man No Way Home.
You okay?
Oh, my back.
There's no doubt Spider-Man as a character is iconic, but is this specific iteration of Spider-Man iconic?
Oh yeah, no, I got a middle back thing too.
Really?
We've also got 3 animated movies. Maybe it's because I don't know any kids, but it's hard to say
Zootopia.
Zootropolis is iconic. Maybe you could
Oh, the sequel? Definitely not. Ain't heard shit about that one.
make a case for Inside Out. Mario is another Spider-Man case where the character is certainly iconic, but less so this specific incarnation. But do any of them have the legacy of The Incredibles or Toy Story?
We're not aiming for the truck.
Number 6 is Top Gun Maverick.
Hell fucking no. The Mario movie is nowhere near as iconic as any of that shit whatsoever. And it never will be. That's just a fact about that.
I'd say Tom Cruise is iconic,
Definitely.
but not
he's
necessarily
for sure
any
an icon.
individual character of his.
Your line's not long enough.
I would say Ethan Hunt's a pretty, well, no, I don't know. There's something about Ethan Hunt that's not like, oh my God, he's so iconic. Oh my God. I don't know. Maybe it's definitely peaking it. There's just something about there's just something there that's missing, making him iconic.
No shit!
Do you guys ever think about dying?
Barbie is an interesting one. At the time, it certainly seemed iconic. It broke through
Nobody
into
really
the
cares about
mainstream and
Barbie
became a
anymore.
wider cultural moment. But is anyone still talking about it?
I guess an iconic movie is just a movie that's like been out for even a couple of years that's still being talked about to this day, being Glazed, which in that case, there hasn't been any so far in the past, 6 years. I mean,
Hi, Ken.
And then at number 10, we've got Deadpool Wolverine. And in this case, yeah, I think both characters are iconic. But while they certainly had a boost to their status in 2023,
This was a decent
they didn't
movie. I watched
debut
it
in
in
the
theaters.
2020s. And obviously they're both based on comics, so that complicates things. So, what can we learn by looking at these box office numbers? Well, first of all, there's a severe lack of original content.
That's bad.
The only non-sequels on here are based on maybe the most well-known video game character of all time, and maybe the most well-known toy of all time. But it also reveals that despite box office numbers, it's very hard to find empirical, data-driven evidence over a character's iconic status and cultural legacy. All of these movies were massive at the time, but 1, 2, or 3 years later, most of them have fallen out of the discourse.
I am Spider-Man.
But being iconic is so much more than just numbers. Going back to that definition, it's about being widely known and acknowledged. Of course, time will tell, and maybe it's a bit unfair to look at films that are so recent because they haven't had that time to marinate. But being iconic is vibes based.
Pulp Fiction right there. Holy fucking yeah, bro. Sinners was definitely iconic. I saw the Dead Meat video on Sinners. It looks pretty good. But are they iconic characters? That's a really good movie. Like that movie. I don't know. Pulp Fiction though, definitely. Those characters are definitely iconic characters, bro. Samuel Jackson just saying motherfucker like 300 plus times in that film, and he just had fucking what's his name? Not Danny DeVito. Holy shit, fucking I forgot his name, but the other dude. Holy shit, I forgot his name. Travolta or whatever. I'm an idiot. I'm actually an idiot. I have no idea. But yeah, he just has a bunch of memes around him in that movie. That movie's definitely iconic.
And do any of these characters seem like they'll be iconic in 10 years' time? I don't have the capacity to do a mass survey and see what characters people have and haven't heard of, but what I can do is ask someone who's relatively removed from the fast-paced online discourse, who is a casual moviegoer. Someone who's a good litmus test as to whether or not a character has broken through into the mainstream and isn't just popular across these hyper-individual social media algorithms. My mum.
ChatGPT. Oh.
So I sent over some photos of characters and simply asked her to name them. She got the obvious ones like Jack Sparrow, Darth Vader, and Indiana Jones. Ellen Ripley was Alien Ripley, which is close enough, and she was unsure of Jason, but did get him in the end. Then I started testing the waters. She called Benoit Blanc LeBlanc, and to my surprise, she managed to get the name of Jake Sully. But I was a little disappointed she called Oppenheimer the atom bomb guy. She works in a school with young kids, so I thought she'd get this no problem, but no idea on Zootopia. Honora was a no, The Whale was a yes. She doubted herself on John Wick, but eventually got—
No shit, she's gonna know The Whale, bro. That shit was so fucking popular when that shit came out, bro. Bro, that dude that made that Brendan Fraser, is his name Brendan Fraser? I'm pretty sure. That motherfucker, Austin Butler, was clear to win that Oscar, bro. That fucking film came out right at the end of the year. And he fucking just snatched that shit out of Austin Butler's hands. And he thought he was chilling too. He had to have thought he was chilling too after spending like 6 years practicing to do Elvis and then getting to do it and everyone glazing it. He for 100% thought he was getting that Oscar. He didn't get that shit. I would be pissed.
But right. What I found was that for the older characters, you could name them pretty easily, but for the newer ones, you recognise the film, but not necessarily the character. Which is interesting. Why do older characters break through and become iconic in and of themselves, whereas newer ones don't? What are they not doing? To find out, let's take a look at what these older icons have in common. To put it simply, what makes a character iconic?
What makes a character iconic? You just remember him. Like, you know, you just remember him. He just has iconic shit. I don't even know.
First of all, we've got the design, which we've already touched on. A great design tells us about a character without saying anything. From his looks alone, we know Darth Vader is evil and commanding. From Michael Myers' expressionless mask, we know this is a relatively empty vessel. It can be simple like a dirty vest or a tuxedo and a rose, but it has to be recognisable and fit the character.
You never wanted my friendship.
We've also got performance.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Jack Sparrow's design was good, but I'd argue it was Johnny Depp's performance that made the character what it is.
But you have heard of me.
It's the same for Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, and why Heath Ledger's Joker seems to be the most iconic incarnation of that character. Take the performance away, and I can't see these characters being as celebrated as they are. And another factor is the music. When you hear this, you think of Darth Vader.
100%.
When you hear this, you think of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's the same for Jack Sparrow and Harry Potter. If a character is associated with a catchy and recognizable song, it's inevitable they become more memorable.
That is so true, though. All those, if I heard them with my eyes closed, I could immediately picture the movies and like the main character of the films. That one is true, though.
It certainly helped Darth Maul and Flash Gordon. But what modern character has a theme tune that's iconic as any of these? Maybe Avengers, but that was at least 7 years ago. Like design and music.
That was so peak, bro. I saw Avengers Endgame in theaters, bro. I was like 9 years old, bro. I might have already talked about this in a video before. But yeah, bro, I saw that shit, bro. It came out the day before my birthday. I saw that shit in theaters, bro. Oh my god, bro. The final fight, as soon as the like actual full fight started happening, I had to pee so bad. I stood dead still in that seat. I watched that whole thing. I waited till end credits to see if there was anything, and then I'm pretty sure I did. I literally didn't even pee. We got halfway to our house, and I was like, bro, you gotta pull over, bro. It was like in the middle of the night. It was like 1 a.m. I was like, bro, you gotta pull over. I'm gonna fucking pee everywhere.
It acts as a shortcut to a character, but these are all fairly superficial factors. If we want to go deeper, we can look at the context in which the character is presented to us. We can examine their cultural resonance. In an article from 2024, Every Movie Has a Lesson argues that iconic characters tend to reflect the cultural moment they come from. They point to how Bonnie and Clyde and Travis Bickle reflect the disillusionment and turbulence of the late 60s and 70s. We can see the change in mood as we go into the 80s.
Rocky is so iconic.
Originating as a working class hero in 1976, before turning into an all-American crusader against communism in the 80s. It's an interesting proposal, and I think reflecting the cultural moment can certainly help a character become more resonant.
Thomas Anderson?
But I don't think it's essential.
Yeah, that's me.
Instead, I'd argue that in order for a character to be iconic, they have to be relatively simple.
Where are those transmissions you intercepted? What have you done with those plans?
Don't hate me for saying this, but Darth Vader is a pretty simple character.
Says pretty simple things, pretty simple mannerisms. Just kind of walks around slowly and just as stiff as a fucking brick, basically. And just like, yeah, he is pretty simple.
I'm altering the deal.
For the sake of argument, I'm going to ignore all the prequel business, because while that certainly added to him, he gained his icon status before that.
Pray I don't alter it any further.
So what do we have? In his first scene, he walks into a room and strangles an unarmed prisoner. He blows up a planet. He's literally on the dark side.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
He's an unambiguously evil character. He very much fits into the archetype of the Dark Lord. It's the same as Sauron and Voldemort.
I haven't really seen the Harry Potter movies, but that movie is fucking something, bro. Isn't that Voldemort? Is that Voldemort? I don't know. I know it's just like a nice dude, and in the back of his head, he just has Voldemort or some fucking shit.
Have the Chosen One archetype, who goes from nothing to saving the world, fulfilling some kind of prophecy or restoring some ancient power.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And then there's the Wise Sage character, Someone who's typically very old and learned in the power the Chosen One wields.
Oh, that literally is in every film.
What I'm trying to get at here is that oftentimes the most iconic characters are the simplest ones.
Yeah, you have Rocky. He's just pretty dumb with it. He's a bum, and he just kind of just wants some money, and he wants to, fight for, his. He just wants to go the distance. You know what I mean? He just want to prove something to himself. I mean, that is pretty simple.
Indiana Jones is quite a straightforward adventurer. The Joker quite a straightforward agent of chaos. Their motives are simple, and their arc straightforward.
Where's the Italian?
I want to be free of this pain.
Maybe this is why Kylo Ren doesn't have the staying power as Darth Vader.
That is true. A lot more characters now are very complex, and they're just very complex, which I mean, on one end is better because of like storytelling and story writing to understand the characters more, but on one end, it's the thing about Darth Vader is like you don't understand why. He just is pretty simple. This just is. He's just that way because he is. Same thing with the Joker. You don't even really know why. He just is because he is. Like, it's just pretty simple. And then you have characters now. There was like we have to like give them the backstory, have understandings, have these emotional stuff, and then it just kind of ruins the whole thing of them being iconic in some way. I understand it. I understand what he's trying to say.
Because if you think about it, he's a more complex character.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
He's constantly torn between the light and the dark, between wielding supreme power and living up to his family name. But Darth Vader, sure, he has his redemption arc at the end, but this isn't super layered. For the most part, he's a straightforward evil guy, and this is why we love him. So are modern characters more complicated now? Is that why they're not iconic? Or do they not have good designs, good performances, great music, or a cultural resonance? I don't think that's it. I think a character today can have all of this, but still not become iconic. Let's take Marty Mauser. There's a great
Marty Submarine. That movie was all over the fucking place. It was pretty good though. It was actually pretty good. I will say that. I'm gonna give it like 7.5 out of 10.
performance, had a banging score and soundtrack, and created a cultural moment with the marketing campaign.
Robert Pattinson. Shwat!
But in 5 years' time, will people still be talking about Marty Mauser?
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Even if you have all the markers of an icon, it's much harder for a character to break through and become iconic today. And to prove this, let's have a look at another unconventional way to measure icon status.
Everything all at once or some bullshit. Fortnite test.
Basically,
Is that the guy from Fortnite?
every iconic character can be found in Fortnite. So I churned
That
through
is
every skin
The
Fortnite has
Office.
ever done, and there was a lot.
Bro, I literally have no idea how Fortnite like gets the rights to this shit, bro. It is fucking insane. They actually put regular show in Fortnite? Oh yeah, they did. They did. I remember I literally hopped on Fortnite after like months just to see if they did that. They also put the guys from Pulp Fiction in there. I literally bought one of them too. So, but yeah, like they literally, it's great like money too, bro, because there's so many people that just play Fortnite randomly and then they'll like see, oh, they have a new skin of a character that I fucking love. Huh, I'll probably play this game eventually. Let me buy that. And then like that just happens consistently to fucking millions of people. Just consistently. They'll just see, oh, they just released a new skin. Oh, I like this character. This shit's cool. I'll buy it. It's Fortnite. I'll probably play it when the new season comes out. They make millions off of just that. Like it's insane. It's fucking great, but it's insane.
Here's what I learned. I looked mainly at the skins that can be generally associated with the 2020s, meaning it belongs to a character or IP that is still active today. I found 20. Out of these, 7 were celebrities. This is musicians and influencers like Sabrina Carpenter, Mr. Beast, and Speed, leaving us 13 movie skins. Out of this, 7 were promotional. This is Jared Leto and Tron Ares, the grabber from the Black Phone, characters from the new Superman movie and Stranger Things. This leaves us with 6 non-promotional skins. Art the Clown, Avatar, Godzilla and Kong, Into the Spider-Verse, Doom,
I had that skin.
Mandalorian. So are these the most
I had that
iconic
skin
characters
too.
of the 2020s? Maybe. I do think that Stranger Things and Squid Game, despite being promoted
But Terrifier was not as scary as people said it was. I will say that though. That movie, it's gory as shit. But I mean, is it like I'm gonna throw up and vomit everywhere? Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna have a seizure in the theater. And like, no. You look at it and you'll be like my whole reaction to the entire film is basically just like, oh shit, whoa! They're really just going in. They really thought this one out. Shit, how nasty. That's my entire reaction to the entire film. Like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy. I'm not like no, like. Fuck no, bro. Like, what?
emotional certainly belong on this list too. So if we add them, it means that Squid Game is the only TV or movie that's completely original and began in the 2020s. So as player 456, Seong Ji-hoon, the most iconic original character of this decade, That doesn't seem right. Again, like the box
Squid Games is iconic. I don't know. The main dude in it? Nah. He was like, whatever. That dude, I don't really give a fuck about that dude, bro, I'm gonna be honest.
office test and like the mum test, this isn't scientific or objective in any way. It's a vibes-based test for a vibes-based definition of iconic. But what this does reveal, in a shock to basically no one, is this. Look, you've heard this before. From that top 10 list of highest grossing movies, not a single one isn't a sequel or based on an already existing IP. Hollywood is out of ideas, it's the death of original storytelling, you get the picture. And naturally, with less original stories being told, there's going to be less original characters, and therefore less newly minted iconic characters.
This way, Mario!
And when new characters are introduced into existing IP, they're very rarely as iconic as the originals. Can you tell me a Poe Dameron quote?
That's my jacket.
How well do you remember the plot of Matrix Resurrections?
Sure.
But it's not quite as simple as that, because original films are being made, more than ever before actually. They're just not in the mainstream. You see, when it comes to high budget tentpole blockbusters, you're absolutely right. But what about films like Marty Supreme, Sinners, Nope, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The
Nope got
Substance?
shit reviews.
These were massive.
Substance is
Everything Everywhere
pretty
won
good.
7 Oscars, Conan O'Brien took The Substance, Sinners is the most Oscar nominated movie ever, and Marty Supreme had a goddamn blimp. They were big when they released, but now, not so
Nobody.
much. Their moment
People talk about Sinners like all of 2025. I don't hear shit about it though anymore. So
came and went. Not many people are still talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Haven't heard
Can
anything
you
about
imagine
it in
anyone
months.
dressing up as Marty Mauser for Halloween in 5
nobody
years'
cared
time?
about that.
So yeah, while great original stories are being told, they just don't linger in the culture for as long as something like Star Wars or Indiana Jones. And there's a lot of reasons why. Shorter theatrical windows and the rise of streaming make movies much less of an event.
That is
but
true.
also, our culture seems to be much faster paced than it was in the past. Just like a TikTok trend, films have their moment and then it's over. Resigned to best of the year lists on Letterboxd rather than Halloween costumes and pajamas. And because our culture is so fast paced, things have no staying power anymore. Look at this sharp drop off in searches for The Substance. And this isn't a comment on the film's quality. I think all of the ones I've mentioned are great films, and I can maybe see Sinners being a future classic. But for the most part, they kinda came and went. And a good way of putting this into perspective is by looking at something more and more people seem to be talking about recently.
Fucking.
This was the weekend of April 26th, 2019, and it seems for this weekend, almost everyone was united and brought together to watch the final chapter in the event.
It's so big.
Listen to that audience reaction. Do you know what also happened that weekend? This. The long night episode of Game of Thrones. And with potentially the exception of Barbenheimer, I think this was the last true pop culture event that basically everyone was tuned into. It was a shared cultural moment that reached...
Oh my god. Yeah, I think that there's nothing that could like beat this. Like in theaters, nothing is. I'll stand by this. Nothing is ever going to beat the reaction of Endgame. Like this is this was like what, an 11-year-long series of movies, fucking all leading up to this. Fucking insane. Nothing is going to beat the theater reaction to this. I feel like whatsoever, which it makes sense.
Almost everyone. And just like it seemed everyone was watching Endgame and Game of Thrones, it seemed like everyone was tuned into The Force Awakens. A whole generation grew up watching Harry Potter, and co-workers gathered around the water cooler to chat about Lost.
I'm one of the survivors of Oceanic Flight 815.
But what have we had since April 2019? A few breakout movies, maybe Stranger Things or Squid Game reach Game of Thrones level, but for the most part, the media we consume has become much more fragmented. Let's look at an example. K-pop Demon Hunters is huge. I've been repeatedly told basically every kid on the face of the planet was watching it. The music video has over 1 billion views. But me, a 24-year-old man with no real interest in K-pop, knows nothing about it. This is the death of the monoculture in action.
I heard
when
of
I watched
this,
Severance,
I
it seemed huge. I saw tons of content about it online and chatted to people
Never
in person
seen it.
about it. But I know it's still fairly niche outside of my own internet circles. People inhabit different worlds that seem expansive and universal, but in reality it's just the algorithm making it seem like that.
He's called Dylan G because he's the GOAT. Yes.
The monoculture is dead, replaced by individual social media realities scientifically optimized to get as much interest from each singular person. It's clear the culture has changed, so how a certain character operates as iconic must have changed too, right? What does being iconic look like in the 2020s? And this brings me on to the final one of my unscientific, vibes-based tests.
Nah, that fucking picture of them having a podcast. Yeah, bro, that scene from Stranger Things, bro. Literally, the things open up and they're like, we were getting out of here. They talk for genuinely, I think I timed it. They talked for like 4 minutes straight as they're actively like they're stopped and Vecna's coming after them. They're trying to get out of here and go through these portals to basically get back to like their reality. And then they're open for like 3 minutes straight and they're just talking. They're like, what if I don't see you? And like, you have to do this and this and this and this. Remember this and this, and it's okay. Be brave. And for like genuinely 3 or 4 minutes straight, it ruined the whole illusion of like, oh my god, you gotta hurry up. It ruined it. It was so shit. That entire season was shit, bro. Oh my god. I did do a video with one of my friends. I will link in the description down below. We did go on a whole rant about that. So.
I don't mean memes in the traditional sense, but modern memes, TikTok memes. This is a different kind of iconic to what came before. It's a chronically online, short, superficial, brain-rotted kind of iconic. For someone like Darth Vader, his icon status is very much a celebration of his character. People like him and obsess over him because of how he looks, sure, but also because of what he does and how he works within the story of Star Wars.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
But for these TikToks, this isn't really the case. Take the Ryan Gosling memes as an example. These don't solely focus on a single character. We can see Drive, Blade Runner, La La Land. These memes don't celebrate his character's role in their respective story. It's typically just a few select clips that can be easily applied to a specific situation or joke as outlined in the caption. It's operating on a purely aesthetic level. You don't even need to have seen the film. It's the same with Patrick Bateman, Joker, J.K. Simmons in Whiplash, or Jordan Belfort. It's Cliff Booth making macaroni, or Thomas Shelby beast mode edits. It's this gift from Breaking Bad, or a kid named Finger. Don't get me wrong, these can be pretty funny, and maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but it's a different way of celebrating the character than in the past.
Well done. You're not supposed to put a fork in the microwave.
You don't even need to have seen Drive or American Psycho or Breaking Bad to understand the purpose of these. They act as short reaction clips, and not much more.
I am the one who cooks microwave meals.
Truly iconic characters in the traditional sense just aren't suited for this kind of landscape. They're made for a different medium, a medium that is increasingly being replaced by something else, something new. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest in your answer. In the past days, or past couple of days, have you spent more time watching content on social media, or watching a movie, or a TV show?
Well, I've probably watched, actually I can tell you, YouTube-wise, I pretty much evolved my entire day around watching YouTube. If I'm not like playing a video game, which if I play, I don't really play games that like for long periods, to be honest with you. But if I'm not watching TikTok, besides that, I'm either getting a quick workout in, having to go do something, like I go outside and do something, which, shoot, man. But, you know, besides that, I pretty much involved my entire day around just watching YouTube videos. But today alone, I've averaged, I don't know if you can see this, but I've averaged about, you know, a good 2 hours on TikTok. And I've been live for a decent chunk of today, so I don't even know how this is possible. And then this past week, I've averaged about 8 hours of TikTok. And I have literally, it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's literally Tuesday. In the past, 3 days I've yeah, bro, like it's cooked. Like I'm literally cooked, so I'm in.
Or any kind of fictional storytelling. Chances are, social media is on top. I know it is for me. Obviously, this is age dependent and doesn't apply to everyone, but it's hard to deny that with the rise of social media, there's been a significant change in the media we consume, and therefore a change in the characters we follow too.
10 essentials I can't live without. With Mr. Beast.
In the past, we had celebrities and reality TV, but now we have millions of influencers that can produce content more regularly and reach audiences much quicker than traditional media. They don't come and go like Barbenheimer or Everything Everywhere all at once because they can keep releasing content. Content that's fully optimized to keep your attention and reach as many people as possible. Instead of watching Darth Vader, kids are watching Mr. Beast.
We're going on some of the most expensive dates in the world.
Maybe there's no iconic movie characters anymore because that space has been taken up by influencers and YouTubers. Mr. Beast can release a video a week that will be viewed by hundreds of millions of people. TV shows can barely release a season every 2 years. In the time it takes for the hype of a movie to die down,
That is true, though. Like, when you watch a movie, it's kind of like, yeah, a lot of people are like, do I want to go and spend 2 hours watching this? Or I could just go watch fucking, Jinxie fucking yell at his scamper and play GTA for 12 hours straight. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. Would I rather watch Jinxie play GTA and yell at his camera than go watch Spider-Man Brand New Day? Genuinely, it is like very 50-50. It's genuinely 50-50. Like, it's like, I don't know.
Mr. Beast has already made another video, and he doesn't need a recognizable design, an impressive performance, or a catchy theme song, because he just plays the algorithm.
In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can get access to all of my YouTube secrets.
The entire media landscape is basically unrecognizable as to how it was in the past, so naturally the way characters resonate with audiences has changed too. It's sad, but it's true. Cinema can't keep up with social media. There's a reason almost half of the 2020's Fortnite skins are celebrities and influencers. So, maybe the most iconic characters of the 2020s aren't from movies or TV shows at all, but are from YouTube or TikTok. Is IShowSpeed the new Indiana Jones, going to distant lands not in search of treasure, but in search of content? Is Mr. Beast the new Darth Vader, not using the Force to dominate the galaxy, but giving a life-changing amount of money to whoever can spend the longest chained to their ex-boyfriend? Is Sabrina Carpenter the new Ellen Ripley? Is Archer Green the new Doc Brown? Is Kim Kardashian the new Don Corleone? Content reigns supreme. The monoculture is dead. In the 2020s, iconic characters are whatever influencers, creators, or celebrities are fed to you by the algorithm.
I'm not gonna lie, all those names you listed, I have no fucking idea who they are, to be honest with you. But yeah, make sure to go subscribe to this dude. Fucking great video, yeah. Because like, honestly, like that's a fucking. He made some really good points. Yeah, I feel like social media is just miles ahead of movies. Movies take a lot of time, especially make a good one. Even if you do make a good one, it's kind of like, it's kind of just like, yeah, it's a good movie, boom. Then we're gonna move on to watching fucking YouTube for 12 hours and kind of just forget about it in like a day or two. Like, it's just how the world is, and that's just how things are. So yeah, that was a great video. Though. Hey, you pretty much summed it all. I don't have much to say, so yeah.